Hi there, gorgeous. Hope you're having a fabulous day. If you are new to the channel, welcome to you. I make videos like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. At least I try to. So if you'd like to be notified of new ones in the future, please subscribe, and thank you so much in advance if you do. Today I'm showing you a full-on glam bombshell makeup tutorial. This is great for date nights, special occasions. Shoot. Who am I kidding? It's great for the daytime too, because I wore it like that today. I'm special like that. There's no rules to makeup, right? I mean, you can wear it anytime, any place. It doesn't matter. No, you know, I break the rules all the time, and it's okay. So I'll show you everything from start to finish and how you can get this look for yourself. Hi! First thing I'm going to do before I get into this look is put my makeup together. I haven't even picked out the makeup I want to use. That might help, right? Duh. Go ahead and add my eyeshadow primer. I'm using the Revlon one today. And for my moisturizer, I'm going with the e.l.f. Jelly Pop one. I love this stuff. It's become a new favorite of mine. It wears extremely well under makeup too. And then I have a new primer I wanted to try. This was sent to me recently by Ciate. It's their Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer, which seemed very reminiscent to the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer that they just came out with. Could be a dupe of one another, but I wanted to try this one. I'm recovering from a cold at the moment, so if I sound nasal, that's why. I didn't post on Monday for that reason. I could not get through a video without coughing so badly because my throat was so irritated. So this is the first day I've been able to talk straight through, which is great. A little hard for me to smell still at this point because of this cold that I have, but I'm detecting a small hint of watermelon with this one. It's a very nice, light, fresh scent. It goes onto the skin beautifully. So far, so good. Now that my eyeshadow primer is dried, I am going to be using the Tartelette palette. This is one that I've been picking up a lot more recently. And I'm taking the shade Supermom, which is the one that matches my skin tone here at the bottom. I'm using that on the brow bone first, like I always do. This is going to be a very defined look. So I'm first taking a pencil brush. This is the Sigma E30, and using the black eyeshadow from this palette. It's the one called Fashionista down here in the corner. And I'm tracing the crease with this eyeshadow. And you can see the effect that you get there. The crease is now defined. We're going to be blurring out the edges of that here. A little bit goes a long way, especially when you're using a matte black like this, so I don't really have much on the brush. And just remember, it's a lot easier to add than it is to subtract. Next shade I'm taking from this palette is called Wanderer, medium matte brown. That one right there, so you can see the kind of shade that I'm working with. Using a brush from the Shop Miss A website. This is their AOA Studio E132. I am going to use that to blend the edges of that black, or at least begin to blend it. The one thing that I do to check my blending is I'll tilt my head back to look at the colors and how they're coming together. And if I see any splotchiness, that's when I go back and add a little bit more and really work on blending in that area. Then I'm taking the shade Force of Nature from this palette. It's this one right here, and you can see compared to the last shade, it's a little lighter by comparison. And this is going to be the shade that's going to buff out that middle shade that we just applied. Using the Sedona Lace EB09 brush, I'm basically picking up where that one left off and blending to the brow. And then finally, taking the shade Supermom again, I'm going back and getting rid of the excess, blending any remaining harsh lines. For the lid in this look, I'm switching over to the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, using the shade Nefertiti, which is a light shimmery gold. And I'm going to apply that on the lid. Changed my mind, I don't want to use that. I'm going to switch over to Stila's Kitten, which is a beautiful lighter champagne shade. I just don't like how gold that is coming across. So I'm going to take Kitten and layer it over the top I like that a little better. And I'm going to go back with a little bit more of that black that I used in the deep crease earlier and take a small amount of this, apply it to that outer corner. For my eyeliner, I'm going with a gel liner from Inglot. This is one of my absolute favorites in the shade number 77. Very rich matte black. I'm using an angled brush first to apply it. This is a simple one I have from LA Girl. And then I'll be applying a wing to the outer corner, and for that I'll be using the Sigma Winged Liner E06 brush. I just started rediscovering gel liner. I used it exclusively years ago, and then I got into liquids. But I love gel for the matteness of it, because some of these liquids are too shiny. I don't like that shiny, glossy eyeliner look. I did go ahead and do my brows real quickly off camera. I used Benefit's Brow Zings today. This is a simple powder. They do have a wax in here too, but I didn't use the wax today. This is shade number 3. You can see I used that one right there. I really like the color on my brows, and it's so easy to apply, so great stuff. For my lashes, I'm using a brand new style that we're adding to the lash line this week. They're not on the website just yet. I'm working on getting pictures done and getting them on the website. So they should be there by Friday and definitely there by this weekend. So if you're interested in them, just want to let you know that up front. These are in the style Cozy. Oh, they are so full, fluffy, and surprisingly lightweight, and they have a very thin, flexible band to them. Perfect for a look like this. You can see why I love these lashes so much. They are simply gorgeous, especially with a look like this one. So I'll have them linked for you below as soon as they are available. I am going to add something more to my lower lash line also, but I'm going to wait until my face is completed to do that so we don't rub everything away and have to go back and reapply it. You know the drill. I'm going to apply my foundation. This is the one from number 7. It's their beautifully matte foundation. The shade that I'm using here is Calico. Love, love, love this foundation because beautiful coverage with it, lasts all day. It's one you don't have to babysit or worry about, and that's what I love so much about it. For my under eye concealer, I'm going with my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla. To set everything here, I'm using the Catrice Prime and Fine mattifying powder, but I'm more focusing this under the eye area and especially in the T-zone, because that's where I tend to get the most oily the fastest. So let's go ahead and do the lower lash line. Ever since I did the Marilyn Monroe makeup tutorial, if you missed it, I'll have it linked for you below. I've really been loving that pop of white that she applied to her lower waterline, so I'm going to do that again for this look using Ardell's Wanna Get Lucky Gel Liner Pencil, and this is in the shade Pearl. And I am taking you back to the 90s with this one. Whoo boy. But this is such a great pencil because it's so richly pigmented. Look at that, a little bit, and you have instant color. Lack of absence of color? White is a color, right? I didn't really slather it on though. I more or less dotted it on until it all connected together, if that makes sense. So it's not as harsh as if you would have just gone with the pencil. I'm going back to that Tarte Tartelette palette and taking the deep matte black shade that we initially used on an angled brush. I have the smallest amount of this on the brush, by the way. I'm first going to line very close to that lower lash line with the black. I'm taking the shade Wanderlust from that palette on the Sigma E30 pencil brush, and I'm going to use that to blur the edges of that black and make this more of a smoky line under the eyes. Taking this palette from e.l.f., it's part of their Modern Metals collection, and I'm specifically using this white shimmery eyeshadow at the front of the palette. You don't need this. Simple white shimmery eyeshadow from any brand will work here. And I'm going to apply that to the inner corners of the eyes. To contour the face, I'm taking this palette from W7. It's their Bronze and Glow palette, and I'm specifically using the contour shade right there. This is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour palette. If you remember my video on the Charlotte Tilbury dupes, love this palette just as much as I do the Charlotte Tilbury version. I'm going to contour a bit more heavily for this look than I would a traditional daytime look because this is a night look. And I want a stronger appearance with this one. I mean, come on, look at the eyes. I want the face to be just as strong, subtle but strong. Taking some of the highlighter from this palette also on my finger and lightly swiping that up the cheek. For the lips, you could stick with a traditional nude. That's what I typically would do myself, but I'm going to step outside of my comfort zone here today and go a little bolder with this lip. Since the eyes are neutral, I feel like we can get away with it a little bit more here. I'm using Anastasia's liquid lipstick in the shade Heathers, which is a deep red shade. Yes, that's the exact color I wanted. I tried a couple before this one and they were too red. I wanted something deep, almost like a brown red. Hey. You there? Hello? Hubby butt dialed me. I guess his butt missed me. Like I mentioned, you can pair this look up with a nude lip too. It looks really beautiful like that, but you know, I had to go a little bold today, a little more vivacious than normal. I mean, hey, if the shoe fits, wear it. If you're interested in any of the products I used to create today's look, I'll have all of them listed and linked for you below. They will be affiliate links, so if you click through and purchase, I'd like to say thank you so much in advance for helping to support this channel and our family. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch, and I wish you a beautifully blessed evening, day, whenever you happen to be watching this. I'll see you again soon. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next one. I forgot what I was going to say, but okay. Yeah, well, you messing me up. You messing me up. Stop. Okay.